That's a rainy day.
Skinamarink is a micro-budget, experimental, immersive horror film from writer-director Kyle Edward Balls.
I cannot guarantee that you are going to love this film.
Know what I mean?
This is his first feature film after a series of shorts he posted to his YouTube channel, Bite-Sized Nightmares. People would comment their nightmares to him and he would attempt to recreate them. This seems to be how he formed his style, tapping into people's fears and psyche. Skinamarink premiered in July at Montreal's Fantasia Film Festival, and the buzz around this film was immediate.
Hi kids, we're here at the AMC Theater. We're going to see Skinamading-Dong.
The film follows a pair of siblings, Kevin, roughly 4 years old, and his sister Kayleigh, about 7. These two ding-dongs wake up to find that their parents are nowhere to be found. On top of that, all the windows and doors leading to the outside world have mysteriously disappeared. After some time, the kids realize that they are not alone in the house. Something evil lurks in the shadows, tormenting and terrifying them.
Oh, hell no!
It plays like a child's nightmare. And like a nightmare or fever dream, this shit is very abstract. Nothing is really spelled out for the audience. Nothing is explained. Are the children being haunted by a demon? Is the whole thing a metaphor for child abuse, neglect? I don't fucking know. But now it's time for some goddamn spoilers. Here's what happens.
It's 12 o'clock.
So after hearing this creepy voice and finding a chair and some toys stuck to the ceiling with double-sided sticky tape, the Skinamarink demon finally emerges from the shadows and eats the children all up. Woo-wee! Blood and guts everywhere. That's when we find out that the daddy had been tied up in a closet the whole time. Well, this son of a gun gets loose and grabs his gun.
Okay, none of that actually happens. In fact, I'm going to avoid spoilers, but it's kind of hard to spoil a movie that is this abstract. Damn near everything is up to interpretation. I think the best way to do this is just to get to my pros and cons. First off,
Pros.
I really do like the concept of this film. It does feel like the kind of nightmare a 4-year-old would endure. Being alone, not being able to find your parents in a dark house would be horrifying. But is it a nightmare? Are these events really happening? Well, I believe that's for the individual viewer to decide.
I've seen a wide array of explanations online as to what is actually happening.
Jump scares.
While I'm normally not a fan of them, especially the fake-out jump scares, the ones we see here are undoubtedly earned and justified. The kinds of things that real nightmares are made of. There were definitely moments that sent a shiver up me spine. Okay, slight spoiler. Alright, enough with the pros. Let's get to the fun stuff.
The cons.
Let's tear this movie a new beehole. First off,
Running time.
there is no goddamn reason for this thing to be 100 minutes. I felt like the extended director's cut unintentionally found its way into the projection booth. If this could have been trimmed down to a tight 80 or 85 minutes for the theatrical release, I have a feeling this film wouldn't be quite as polarizing as it is. At times, it certainly began to feel self-indulgent, especially in that first 30 to 40 minutes. I'm sure there are people that will disagree and say that this was the director's vision, it was an artistic choice, and to those people, I say,
Eat my ass.
on to the next con.
Cinematography.
It just wasn't that great. I know a lot of that was probably intentional, but come on. With a $15,000 budget, you couldn't rent a dolly for a few days? Or even strap that camera to a skateboard? Something.
A nice, slow dolly down that hallway could have added so much.
The fact that every shot is either handheld or on a tripod just reminded me of dumb videos I'd make around my house. And that leads into my next issue. Seeing as the writer-director has primarily only made this specific kind of content, being Bite-Sized Nightmares, his short film Heck, and now Skinamarink, I'm afraid as a filmmaker he might be a little one-note. I fear that this is the only kind of film he's honed his skills to create. He can't follow up this film with something similar. This was it. And now, just like after the success of another micro-budget horror, The Blair Witch Project, we just sit back and wait for the copycats.
As a matter of fact, the morning after seeing Skinamarink in the theater, I attempted to recreate the vibe and visuals with my iPhone. The following 40-second video took just under 40 minutes to shoot and edit. Enjoy.
In this house.
In this house.
So for my final thoughts here, well, I'm proud of you, Mr. Balls.
Thank you. Grazie.
This film is tapping into something with a lot of people, conjuring up memories of childhood fears and bad dreams, and that's a huge accomplishment. While I didn't necessarily enjoy myself while watching Skinamarink, there is something about it that kind of stuck with me for the next few days. I was more than happy to see this in the theater and support indie horror, and to get a taste of something that you would normally only get at a festival or online. The shit was memorable. I give Skinamarink
5 golden awards out of 10 golden awards.
What did you think of Skinamarink? Let me know down in the comments, and while you're at it, like and subscribe if you want to. I think 2023 is going to be another big year for horror, and I look forward to talking about it. Bye, y'all.